Hello, buddy. Crow here with a channel update, or just an update in general. It's been a long time since I've actually made a video, but I have these two very delicious looking Chicago-style hot dogs from Portillo staring me in the face. They really need to be eaten, so I will get to that first and be back after they're gone. Well, those were some delicious hot dogs. Unfortunately, you didn't get to have any, because I liked them. You just sat there waiting for me to give you some. And I wouldn't let you have any because they're too good. Anyway, where was I? Actually, I haven't made a video. I actually literally have not made a video since the reverse April Fool's video where I said I really was selling my video games and such. And I'll mention again that I'm going to be at the Video Game Summit. I believe that's July 13th. I should have looked that up beforehand. I'm going to be at the Video Game Summit with a booth selling a lot of stuff. But what have I been doing in the meantime? Well, like I said, I haven't actually made a video since then. You might be wondering, well, you put lots of Crow Plays videos. But believe it or not, all those Crow Play videos I've been putting up, those were done in February. I've just been spreading them out a little bit further because I haven't really had time to do any make any videos or anything. In fact, there's probably gonna be there's like three or four more of those to put up, and I'll put those up 1 week after a time. After that, I don't know when the next one will be because I haven't been making any. I'm really behind on making pinball arcade videos. I have been downloading all those tables, but I'll probably make a whole big long line of them once I start making videos again. But this basement, I've been going through all my games, pricing everything, whether or not I'm going to sell it or not, just because I have a spot in my database for the current value of things, and I wanted to get that all populated before I decided what I was actually going to sell or not. Now, some stuff has been determined what I'm going to sell. Some stuff I still need to go through. I need to go through certain libraries of games to figure out what exactly will be taken out or not. Anyway. The current state of things are in sort of disarray for more reasons than I have mentioned right now. But yeah, like this Pokemon book, I'll sell. I got 2 extra Virtual Boy controllers. I'll sell. Now this stuff here, I'm just kind of rambling because I don't know. I really haven't planned this video out. Just kind of got an inkling of what I want to talk about. This stuff I'm keeping. It doesn't work, basically. Well, the Genesis works, nothing else in here. Well, the Game Genie, I think, works. It's just been taken apart. There's the controllers in here I need to go through, figure out what I want to take, what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep. I think all 3 of those are controllers. Just, like I said, rambling. Like all these Intellivision games, all 3DO games, all the Odyssey 2 games, I will be selling at some point, all the systems for those as well. But like I said, I put post-it notes on this stuff, what I think the value of them are. What I've done to figure that out is I've actually used a combination of rarity guide combined with what things are actually selling for on eBay. There's actually an app on Android called Estimator, or it's called What's It Worth on eBay. I don't know, actually I think it goes under both names. You type in, you search through it like you would on eBay, and it only comes up with items that have sold, and it actually separates them whether or not it was sold through auction or buy it now price. Let's see, Demon Attack on Intellivision, $5. That seems like a decent price. Again, I'll probably go through here and I'll probably adjust the price once more. Actually have a price gun, believe it or not. Yeah, I've gone through all this stuff. I kind of forgot about these are like extra Genesis games. That's why they're not in there. I actually had a stack of stuff in front of here at one point. It's like there's still some stuff in front of here. You got some VHS tapes. I'll explain why, like all this stuff here. I'll explain why in a little while. So yeah, I've actually gone through all the games. It took me it took 6 to 7 weeks to do that. Mostly not on the weekends, and just after work every day. I got this CD buffering tool. It's the ZDAG 102. It's kind of like a mid-range buffer. I've kind of experimented with it a little bit. I've only had it for a couple days on these discs. I need to like practice with it more, but it really does have the potential to make the discs look really, really shiny and scratch-free. So, yeah, everything I want to sell, I want to try and run it through this thing. I probably need more of these pads. There was another one, I can't remember the exact name of it. It was like the JDF Pro or something like that. I went with this one over that one just because from what I read, this can get them looking shinier, even though the other one may be, slightly rated a little bit more. Got my soldering stuff out. I've been fixing stuff. That's another thing I bought. I have a couple Game Gears. I'm going to sell my Game Gear stuff. I have 2 Game Gears, but the screen on them are both really, really... you can see, but you have to tilt it at an extreme angle. So I bought these capacitor kits from, actually, CGR. They're on Amazon. It kind of surprised me. And it was like, hey, look, Sega Game Gear capacitor kits. And I bought 2 of them, try and fix both of them. That way I don't have to hunt down all the capacitors I need, because, I don't have... just capacitors in storage like someone like Luke Morse 1 would, and I'm not really, don't want to order them all individually, but I saw this kit and I was like, hey, awesome, and it's got instructions too, so no guesswork for me. Like all these bins here, these are all extra systems I need to test out. Oh, these astrocades don't work for sure, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to sell those. They're just non-working astrocades. I will be selling my working astrocade too. So yeah, I just need to go through all this stuff still. I know that Xbox works. I don't know if I'm going to sell that Xbox. Like Neo Geo, for sure. I'm keeping all the Neo Geo. I'm keeping all the TurboGrafx stuff. That Vectrex I know is going to go. Here's a stack of stuff. All this stuff, all these systems I'm selling. I will be selling those. The Vectrex, in case you're curious, I'll be selling that. I hope to sell that at the Video Game Summit so I don't have to mail it, because that thing would be a pain in the ass to mail. But if I don't... I'm thinking like $200. It comes with a multi-cart with all the games on it too. That's all I have. I've never actually gotten an overlay or anything for it, so it's just the Vectrex and the multi-cart. Works great. Yeah, it's just a mess of stuff here. These are all games that either the discs are unusable, like they can't even fix them. Like this one was kind of sad because it'll boot up and then right at the title screen it'll like fizzle out. And I looked at the disc and I'm like, oh yeah, that is cracked beyond repair. So that's kind of sad. There's some game boxes that don't actually have games in them. I know that Xbox back there doesn't work. I just kind of... I don't know, like I said, I don't really have a plan for this video. Just kind of want to do a brief update. Yeah, these Odyssey 2 games work for sure. I just put them over here because... I don't have another place for them. A boxed Atari 5200 controllers that work. $30 for Quest for the Rings. I don't think that's a bad price. You got everything in there, as far as I know. Yeah, I got the Atari Lynx. I have to actually combine these Atari Lynx to make one really good working one because there's some problem with the D-pad on the one that works better. Gamecom stuff, Game Gear stuff again. Got some extra Game Cubes. I have to check to make sure I have like power supplies and everything. Like some of this will be very difficult. I have tons of Super Nintendos. I think I do. I see 2 of them in there at least. But I don't know if I have power supplies or even controllers for all of them. Again, I got plenty of Nintendo 64 power supplies apparently. Yeah, there's the Pippin box of it. It's all been boxed up. There's the ZDAG box. I will be doing a pickup video directly after this video. I was actually going to do this update during the pickup video, but I figure that that I'd have enough content in here to do this by itself. Am I missing anything else? Oh, yeah, I got this PayPal thing here, and it's what it is. It's an attachment that you can put on your phone. So you just attach that to your phone, and you can scan credit cards. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, the other thing was, and part of the thing that really delayed me, is that back in April, maybe about a month ago, we had some very, very heavy rains and really severe flooding. If you're from the Midwest, or maybe even you knew about it from national news, yeah, it was really bad, Des Plaines River and everything. This house had never taken on water before, but unfortunately, we did have some seepage in this crawl space, and it was a mess under the crawl space. So I had to go in there, dig almost everything out, throw away everything that got wet. We got about a 1/4 inch of water, and part of the problem was that the sewage pump we have underneath the house wasn't working. Actually, I'm gonna kind of walk you over there and kind of see what that place. I've done a lot of work under here, and yeah, some bleach. I just went under there like a couple days ago, so it still kind of smells like bleach under here to try and get rid of some of the mildew and mold that was starting to build up. So you can't really see anything, so I turn on the light here, and yeah, it's all cleaned up mostly under here, and taking a lot of stuff off the floor, kind of cleaned up there. We used to just throw stuff down here. As soon as we moved in, we were throwing stuff down here. But I made these little bricks with the little platforms and everything. And actually, I added more lighting, so I don't have to take a flashlight to the back there. So, got some more lighting back there. We're working by remote. Yeah, so I'm not going to actually go under here again, because that'll hurt my knees. But yeah, I always keep some video game stuff under here. Had some video game magazines get ruined. Nothing, you know, it's nothing. Everything that got ruined, I'm not really. The worst was a couple of magazines, like 2 crates full of magazines, video game magazines, and that, yeah. But you know, I really didn't. You know, it's kind of sad, but at the same time, it could have been a lot worse stuff ruined. So I just got all these bricks. These bricks were like 20-25 cents each, depending on whether or not they were on sale or not. And these boards are like value shelving from Menards. They were like $2 each. So, you know, I've got everything propped up in case something like this happens again. Nothing should get wet. Also, this sewage pump over here, I worked on that. Took that out, replaced it. Should all be working all good and well. And that's pretty much all there is. I had to close this door because I was afraid. Cats are really curious. So if I leave this door open, they'll be in there in like 5 minutes. So I always have to get in the habit of closing the door. But that's pretty much all I have for right now. I really don't think there's anything else. Yeah, so yeah, it's a big mess. I had this TV out there. I was plugging everything in, testing everything. I will probably, when I figure out exactly what I'm selling, and make videos on everything. I do want to sell. I might sell some stuff before the Video Game Summit. I'll put a link to that in this video again. You know, I got my own booth there. Kind of just be easier to sell everything there. I don't really think I'll sell everything there. I'd be very surprised if I sold everything there. But yeah, I will mention though too that I do know exactly which pinball machines I'd like to go after. The very first one would be Funhouse, Williams Funhouse. Secondly would be Williams Getaway High Speed 2. And thirdly, the Bally's Doctor Who. I love all those pinball machines. Hopefully, I think I could, you know, I do have to do some measurements. I kind of would want to put them against this wall here. I think there's enough room for 5 of them here. I think I could fit total 6, possibly even 7, maybe comfortably down here. Maybe 7 will be uncomfortable. I don't know. I got to do some measurements, move some stuff around, see what happens. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Should I even talk about the PlayStation? Not the PlayStation, the Xbox One. That conference was hilarious. But one thing I want to mention about the Xbox One that everybody seems to hate about it is the way it looks. And I actually like the way it looks. I might be the only person that does. But a lot of people are complaining, that's way too big. It looks like a VCR. It looks like a CDI. And I think I know why that is. Now, if we go over here and we look at my stereo components here, they're all the same width. They all look huge. I mean, you would laugh if you saw a video game console about this wide. Well, guess what? The CDI was about that wide, and I think they made the Xbox One so it would fit in line with like stereo equipment, old VCRs and stuff like that. I mean, even the Switch is as wide. It's meant to be stackable. I think that's what they did when they created the design for the Xbox One. But I don't think they thought very, very thoroughly, and realizing that the people that would want the Xbox One are gamers, and gamers aren't really accustomed to their video game systems fitting in line with stereo components and everything like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much an update for right now. I am going to immediately after this make a pickup video. Get ready, it's only 5 games. But I'm sure I can stretch out pretty long because, oh hell, one of the games has 6 games in it. And I'll probably talk about those individually. Yeah, and the other game has like 2 games in it. So, yeah. There's really nothing else more to talk about other than what I picked up, and that will be the next video. Thanks everyone for watching. See you back shortly for pickups. Maybe today, tonight, tomorrow. See how long it takes me to edit that stuff up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey you, say goodbye. I said say goodbye. Okay, fine, don't say goodbye. I'll say goodbye. Goodbye.